Hey, my name is Nick, and this is my story. So I grew up in a Christian family, more or less. I went to a Christian daycare from the time I was a baby until about third grade, and went to church on Sundays in Bellingham. But after third grade, didn't go to the after school Christian daycare thing anymore, and our family just kind of stopped going to church. And from that moment, I sort of fell away from Christianity. But after that, sort of later into high school, and then after graduation, I went from being a full-blown atheist to like agnostic, just like, okay, I don't really know if there's a God or not. It doesn't really affect me, so I'm just not worried about it. And then after more thought about it, I was like, okay, I believe there is a God, because everything, I realized that existence as we know it couldn't have became without a creator. I just logically thought through it and heard other arguments about it, but I didn't really know what to do with that information at all. I was just kind of in limbo, I guess. And then, yeah, I think over the past year or so is really when the snowball started to take off, and my friend Larry told me about New Song, and he's the one who invited me to come with him for the first time, and that was early this year. I'd been going to New Song for a couple months, and during the service I could just tell that Jesus was calling me. I could just tell that the moment was a lot bigger than me, and so I raised my hand when when Taylor asked if was anyone ready to give their life up to Jesus, and I said I was. And I went up to receive prayer. It was during that time when I felt, I guess the best way to describe it would be a supernatural type experience that I honestly didn't think was possible. I didn't think it was a thing. I'd never felt like anything like it before. I guess the best way to describe it would be just to say that it felt like pure joy and happiness and love was like manifesting like within my chest, like in my heart. And it started off kind of like a little trickle, and then it kind of like grew to like a overwhelming like fire. It was like a physical sensation. Like it wasn't just my mind, it was in my physical being. And nothing like it has ever happened before in my life, ever. And so that moment, the supernatural experience, I know now that was Jesus filling me with his joy and filling me with his Holy Spirit. And it was like full-on baptism of the Holy Spirit. And yeah, it was nothing like it has ever happened before in my life, ever. And so after that moment, it pretty much changed everything about my life. Just looking at how things have progressed since then, it's like without a doubt, like Jesus changed my life. I was a struggling porn addict since freshman year of high school. So almost a decade, and I'd been trying to fight it on my own prior to that moment, and always fell short and failed ultimately. But since then, I just know that is no longer a struggle for me anymore, because I have Jesus. He loves me, and he doesn't want me to watch that. And so I just know if I haven't really even been tempted at all since then. I was on all the dating apps, Tinder, Bumble. I was just kind of desperate. And yeah, since then I deleted them all. I don't even think about it anymore. It's not an issue. I know that Jesus has a plan for my life, and that's been really, really freeing. It felt like a like just a heavy burden in my life that I was constantly like bringing me down, because inevitably there's so much rejection that goes into like the modern dating, like especially on the apps and stuff. But yeah, I just felt set free from that. I would say to anyone who just over the past, I mean, it doesn't matter how long, if their whole life, if you've just sort of felt maybe just like a little bit empty, or you're meant for something more, or you're depressed, or you're struggling with things in your life that you know are wrong and that you know are bad for you, but keep doing them anyway. I would just encourage you, like, I think that Jesus absolutely will answer to people who seek him. So just the smallest step you can take towards seeking him is going to start that snowball that happened for me. Absolutely. And once it starts going, it's not going to stop, because Jesus is a good shepherd. He loves you.